Alrighty, hey guys, this is Think Outside the Cube. Just want to apologize for my recent absence, but it's for good reasons, school starting back, classes, all that kind of good stuff. But I figured I could carve out the time to film a video of a family member's newest vehicle. Now, this is not a Commander replacement, and I know as soon as you guys saw this in your subscriptions, that's probably what you thought it was. This is actually my grandparents' new 2017 Honda Pilot Touring. It is replacing their 2013 Buick LaCrosse CXL. It had the pano sunroof, heads-up display, all that kind of good stuff. It was loaded. Had about 50,000 miles on it, and they just wanted something a little bit larger. They already do have a Silverado Z71, so they just wanted something a little bit easier to get in and out of instead of the Buick. They didn't really like the Envision or the Enclave too much, so they went to Massey Toyota, of course. Why else? They test drove a Pilot and a RAV4, weren't a fan, and so they went to the Honda dealer and fell in love with this example we see in front of us. This is a Pilot Touring, and of course this one was actually in the showroom, and it was a leftover 17, so they got a deal on it. But as all the Honda dealers around here, they loaded it up with dealer accessories like the crossbars. They do have the window deflectors, I guess you could call them, running boards down below, mud flaps. The only thing I don't see is pinstripe, thankfully. But coming around back, as you can see, that touring badge. And then this one was purchased at Barber Hendrick Honda in Greenville, North Carolina. So yeah, just a quick little tour. As you know, on your Touring and Touring Elite trim levels, you do get the larger wheels. These are 20-inch alloys. They do look really, really nice. They fill out the wheel wells well. But it is a really, really nice pearlescent color. I want to say it's white orchard, but I'm really not sure about the colors that Honda uses nowadays. But it does look very nice. Of course, your LED daytime running lights, your projectors, as well as your fog lights down below with your front parking sensors. Of course, we do have Honda Sensing standard on your Touring trim level. And taking a look at your key, as you can see, this was the dealer tag it had on it. We'll just go ahead, hand behind the door handle to unlock. Seat will auto slide back and recall. And then right here we do have our key fob. This is driver 2. Lock, unlock, remote start, trunk, and panic. So we'll go ahead and hop in and start it up. Foot on the brake, button to start. This one only has 204 miles on it. Of course, Honda Link. You do have your 9-speed automatic, which I've been driving it around, getting a feel for it. It's not as terrible as I was anticipating it to be, but it's also not as smooth as I would like to see it be. Of course, storage down in here. And then up top, we do have our sunroof, conversation mirror with sunglasses. We do have our garage home link auto dimming rearview mirror. We do have navigation, of course, so you can just toggle through right here to your map. Now, Honda Link, the Pilot is probably going to be getting a refresh at least the 2018 model year or so, and they'll probably get the new head unit with the volume knob. Right now, this one isn't too bad. Of course, it's not as good as I would like it to be. This was really kind of unexcusable on Honda's part to even think this would be plausible to please the market. But it's working decently well, and it's fairly intuitive to use. I'm explaining it to my grandparents' home. It's kind of just like the base station for where everything is at, and I was explaining navigation to them and all that kind of stuff. So going back to audio, down below that, Tri-Zone Auto Climate. Of course, your Blu-ray disc insert slot, because we do have rear entertainment. In reverse, no 360 camera, just a regular rear view camera. Drive sport mode. Does anyone know how to permanently turn off auto start stop? Because every time that you turn on the car on and off, it automatically comes back on. So if anyone knows, I'm gonna Google it when I get back, but I figured I'd ask. Key, as you can see, all the gate passes we have for the neighborhood. Already got something over there on the headliner, that's nice. My grandparents are kind of notorious for being a little rough on the interior of their vehicles. Let's go ahead and unlock that. The 50,000 mile LaCrosse probably interior wise looked like it had about 120, just because they don't really get their cars detailed that often, so they kind of stay a little filthy. But as you can see, coming around back, sunshades. The top portion is not padded, but we do have padded and stitched armrest right here. Cup holders, dual seat mat pockets, rear climate controls, no rear heated seats. You will get those on the Elite trim levels. But as you can see, HDMI input. You do have a 115 volt outlet right here with two 2.5 amp charging outlets that are USBs. Little armrest that's padded. And then they actually didn't even know the vehicle had a third row when they purchased it. I thought that was pretty funny. But as you can see, your rear entertainment system right here with your remote that you can pull down. But yeah, that's basically it for the Pilot. We'll get out and speak a little bit more about it. I was kind of confused why they went with the Pilot. I put in a screenshot of my dad's text. I woke up for class, I think it was Thursday, and Dad texted me and said, "Oh, hey, your grandparents are at the Honda dealer. They just signed for a Pilot Touring." And I was like, oh my gosh. He actually told me it was an EXL, and that made more sense. I don't really understand why they went with a touring trim level. And I told him about the lane watch underneath the right mirror, and he was like, "That's so stupid. Why isn't it under the left mirror also?" And I was like, well, if you went up to the Elite trim level, you would have blind spot on both sides, but no lane watch. And he just thought that was completely just silly and just stupid. But because the LaCrosse, I'm pretty sure, had blind spot monitoring as well. So he's used to having it on both sides, so having it only on one is kind of confusing. But yeah, that's basically it. My personal choice would have been for him to go get just like a base Lexus RX, because he's never going to be using the third row, and these sticker for about $45 if I'm not mistaken, and he could have easily gotten like an RX with like heated and cooled seats and safety systems or something like that for about the price that he paid for this. But you know, he's happy with the Honda. This is his first non-domestic car purchase, because he's been loyal to Buick for however many years that he's had them. He's had Buick after Buick after Buick. And then of course he did have a Trailblazer. Then he had a Jeep Liberty that was traded on the Silverado. So this is his first foreign car purchase, so hopefully it treats him well. And if not, I'm sure we'll see another video soon where it's being traded in. But anyways, thought I'd give a quick video out here, a quick 7-minute video, I guess you could say, relatively, of the 2017 Honda Pilot Touring that is in the new family fleet. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video.